it's like, what if you'd never seen an atomic explosion? You wouldn't have anything to fear that it may or may not come to pass because you wouldn't know about it. So the important part of this is that we create with what we feel that our hearts need. You know, how do we feed ourselves? I believe the food and the input is vitally important. I believe love and the heart is more important. If you have that part, if you can bond, if you can hold people and feel the essence of Creator that resides within each one of them, the battle's half over. You're starting to really get it. It's when you get lost in the beauty, you know, of a place like this. Yes, this is a beautiful place. There's lots of beautiful places. But when you get lost in the beauty, and you get lost in the beauty of the water, and you get lost in the beauty of the trees, and then at some point we're going to go down and visit these huge sugar pines down the street that chose to speak to me. And once again, I'll share these experiences, and I'm not saying this is gospel truth. I'm telling you this is what was presented to me. I have so many things happen to me, I don't have to make anything up, but I want to share that with you guys. I want to share how that process happened and how you too can also get in contact. There's two major things that I want to really address. One of them is the trees, and the other one is the water, and how there is a subtle consciousness that exists in both those. Dr. Emoto, bless his heart, proved the water theory. There's a lot of people that communicate with trees. Trees remain very, very still, and you have to still yourself to an amazing degree. I was in meditation for 5 hours when this tree down the street, her nickname is Lucy, by the way, when she decided to communicate with me, and she addressed me as a little human, and she typically will only speak several words or possibly a sentence at a time. She's not carrying on a conversation. Her job is not to teach us open spirituality. Her job is more of a support nature. But she does teach us about love. She teaches us about the capability of the trees and that entire world, that they can literally affect what goes on this planet. So with that said, if I get into some areas that you don't understand or not what you've heard before, just, you know, let it slide through. I think one of the coolest things, and one of the things we'll talk about, is transparency, that things flow through you. You don't hold on to things. You don't hold on to things and say, this is right and that's wrong, and I'm going to do this and I'm not going to do that. And by the way, that person is a jerk. Those type of thoughts will start to flow through us as we increase our level of transparency. The, I guess, warning sign is that you never divorce yourself so much from feeling that you don't feel, because sometimes that's what we do. Is if we look at a painful situation, we kind of divorce ourselves from it. The true power comes when you, let's say we look at a child that is suffering and a child that is in need, that we can let that compassion flow from that child, that we can feel the heart, just like you guys were feeling the compassion, and then we let it flow through us in a level of gratitude, knowing that we are creating something much better than this, knowing that this is only the beginning, that it's not the end. And we will witness human suffering. It seems to be part of our process. But how we grow out of it, how we create on account of it, has everything to do with everything. So those are some of the areas that we'll also be addressing today. Anyway, that's my introduction.